William Colgate probably had no idea what his little soap and candles business in New York City would develop into over the following 200 years. One multinational corporation that serves billions of customers all over the world. In today's video, we're going to talk about the history of Colgate-Palmolive. When William Colgate, at age 23, launched the business in 1806, it specialized in selling starch, soap, and candles from its factory and shop in New York City. Colgate and Francis Smith joined up to form Smith and Colgate as soon as Colgate started his second year of business. This name was used until Colgate bought Smith's half of the firm in 1812 and gave his brother, Bowles Colgate, a partnership. The company, now known as William Colgate and Company, extended its manufacturing activities to a plant in Jersey City, New Jersey, in 1820. This factory manufactured Colgate's two main goods, Pearl Starch and Windsor toilet soaps. The company renamed itself to Colgate and Company after its founder passed away in 1857, and President Samuel Colgate headed it until his death 40 years later. Several new items, including fragrances, essences, and scented soap, were created while he was in the office. In honor of the Colgate family's continuous financial support, Madison University in Hamilton, New York, was renamed Colgate University in 1890. In 1953, the current company name was chosen. After a fire destroyed the mill in 1866, the production of starch was stopped. Colgate started selling toothpaste in jars in 1873, and 23 years later, the now familiar collapsible tube-shaped Colgate Ribbon dental cream was introduced. In 1896, Colgate & Company introduced Colgate's Ribbon Dental Cream, the first toothpaste available in a tube. By the time of Colgate's 100th birthday, there were about 200 kinds of soap as well as more than 600 different fragrances. Although it started out as a distributor of soap and eventually merged with Palmolive, the business became known for its toothpaste, which it started making in 1873. The company was acquired by Palmolive-Peet Company in 1928. B.J. Johnson, the company's founder, had created the Palmolive soap recipe in 1898. The most popular soap in the world at the start of the 20th century was Palmolive, which included both palm and olive oils. By 1906, the business was also making a variety of toilet paper, fragrances, and laundry soap. Colgate-Palmolive-Peet, with its headquarters in Jersey City, was created 2 years after the business that was formed as a result of that merger, allied with Colgate & Company. The merged firm was initially run by Palmolive's management, but following the 1929 stock market crisis, the Colgate family regained control of the business and appointed Bayard Colgate as president in 1933. The company chose its current name in 1953, and in 1956 it relocated its domestic and international operations headquarters to New York City. George Lesh was chosen to lead Colgate in 1960 with the assumption that his foreign success would extend to the local market. Under his direction, the company launched a significant new product development initiative that resulted in the creation of such brands as Cold Power Laundry Detergent, Palmolive Dishwashing Liquid, and Ultra Bright Toothpaste. Colgate also created the novel food wrap known as Baggies with great success in 1963, in an effort to branch out beyond these conventional, fiercely competitive companies into new growth areas. Throughout the 1960s, the company's revenues increased by 8 to 9% annually as a result of these new introductions. When rival consumer products maker Procter Gamble Co started launching Crest, the first toothpaste with fluoride, Colgate-Palmolive lost its top spot in the toothpaste market in 1955. In 1968, Colgate-Palmolive introduced MFP fluoride, a cavity preventative and enamel strengthening substance, to its toothpaste. In 1992, Colgate Total was released in Europe. It was later released in the US in 1997. Colgate Total is a type of toothpaste made to guard against a range of infections, including gingivitis. Lesh took over as Colgate's chairman, and David Foster was named president and CEO in 1970 and 1971, respectively. Foster was the son of Colgate UK-Palmolive's operations original founder. He began working for the firm in 1946 as a management trainee and worked his way up through the sales and marketing departments both domestically and abroad. The corporation came under increased pressure to expand beyond the detergent industry in the 1970s as environmental worries about phosphate and enzyme detergent products intensified. Foster implemented a strategy in response to this pressure that prioritized internal development through the establishment of a specialized new venture group, joint ventures for the marketing of other companies' products, and outright acquisitions of companies where Colgate could gain a competitive advantage over Procter Gamble in the market. For instance, the company started offering razors and blades from the British Wilkinson Sword Company in the US and other nations in 1971. Colgate-Palmolive brought Kendall & Company, a producer of medical and industrial products, in 1972. Initially, it was expected that the Kendall acquisition would increase Lakeside Laboratories, a subsidiary of Colgate that had been bought in the 1960s pharmaceutical sales. However, the collaboration was never completed, and Lakeside was sold in 1974. One of Foster's best investments turned out to be the Kendall Company. Within 2 years, the subsidiary was outperforming the company's intended targets in terms of sales and profitability. In 1975, David Foster was appointed chairman. Foster abruptly quit in 1979, citing poor health after being pressured by a string of marketing flops and an acquisition strategy that produced more losers than wins. Keith Crane, president and chief operating officer of Colgate, was chosen as Foster's replacement. In an effort to foster a more united company, Crane, a 42-year Colgate employee, immediately implemented a new management structure made up of multiple group vice presidents, brought all domestic activities back together under one group, and repositioned division managers. To support the company's entry-level toothpaste and detergent brands, consumer advertising and product development received increased attention. Colgate started working on a toothpaste that contains triclosan, an antibiotic that fights gingivitis, in the late 1980s. Researchers discovered a method to employ polymers to bind triclosan to teeth for up to 14 hours, giving consumers the ability to continually battle bleeding gums and foul breath with just 2 brushings each day. In 1992, the company started marketing the item abroad under the brand Total, eventually shipping it to 100 nations. Due to the toothpaste's enormous success, Colgate was able to grow its global market share in that particular industry. The Food and Drug Administration, however, delayed the launch of Total in the U.S. by requiring extensive testing to demonstrate the product's efficacy before Colgate could make gingivitis-fighting claims on package labels. The agency finally gave its final certificate after around 5 years, and Total hit the stores in December 1997. It was the company's largest product launch to date, and it was supported by a $100 million marketing campaign. The reception was considerably more positive than expected, solidifying Colgate's position as the market leader for toothpaste in the United States, which it had already attained months before Total was introduced. Colgate was ranked first in AC Nielsen's rankings for the first time since 1962. Profits and the stock price of the corporation progressively increased after the launch's success. Total Fresh Stripe, a variation of Total that was authorized by the FDA in December 1998, was available in retailers a few months later. Total was the top-selling brand of toothpaste in the United States a year after its launch. With leadership positions for several of its core brands, Colgate had a global presence as a manufacturer and consumer goods in more than 200 countries as the 21st century officially began. Colgate will probably keep up its strong defense of these positions, strive to enhance the market share of its leading brands wherever possible, and promote the addition of more brands and product types in its key product areas. The company is also one of the Dividend aristocrat stocks in the market, having had their dividend growth for 59 consecutive years. Colgate-Palmolive is on the list of the S&P 500, and it was first added in 1957. Today, the stock is traded for a value of around $79 per share. That was all for today. Tell us in the comments section, what toothpaste do you use or do you love the most? Big Company Business will be back next week. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. See you in the next one.